Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. We all know what a parlous state of affairs the Scottish economy is in. The finances are in disarray, not least of course because you've got a woman with an IQ of 86 running the show. Shona Robinson is well out of her depth. This is clear to see. She's making cuts, £500 million worth of cuts. She's saying that every sector needs to lose money. And we reported yesterday that even includes the NHS. These cuts will kill. She's not cutting, however, money for independence. And they're not cutting the foreign pretendee embassies. But it's been revealed that just as everyone else is being punished and having to pay the price for the incompetence of the SNP over the last 17 years, and despite all their attempts to blame other people, it is down entirely to them. It's been revealed that over £1 million a year is being paid by the Scottish taxpayer to put the children of officials through private education. The SNP's official stance is that private education bad, state education good. They don't like private education. It goes against their very socialist heart. And yet they are getting the Scottish taxpayer to pay over £1 million a year so that these children, not of elected people, not elected representatives. These are civil servants. These are people appointed to quangos. These are people who, have no right or duty to be where they are. And they're having their children put through the very best education money can buy by the state, i.e. the taxpayer. They're cutting millions from the state education budget. But hey, little Johnny can still go to a top public school. Excellent. What on earth are they thinking? Now, what they're saying is that because the parents are officials who are working abroad in the pretendee embassies, the parents aren't there and capable to look after the children. And so the children will be put into these boarding schools in Britain, so they can be looked after by the state. Scotland does not have a foreign policy. Scotland should not have these pretendee embassies. Scotland has no rights under devolved government to even be dealing with foreign nationals or to be dealing with, on international matters. They have no standing. And yet they feel they want to be important. And so they create these little offices, fill them with their chums, fill them with their relatives, put their mates down the pub in a position over there, earning a nice fat salary, getting his housing paid for in a nice country, and pretending that they are diplomatic. And they're not. And here's the thing, none of them have got diplomatic cover. They are deemed by the countries they're in to be private citizens working for an organisation. They're not government officials in any way, shape or form. They do not represent at all the British government, and therefore they have no cover. And yet the taxpayer is paying for these embassies. The taxpayer is paying for these officials and these people who are out there pretending that they're important. And now it's revealed the taxpayer is paying for the private education of their children. This is stunningly bad. And a time when everyone else is being forced to, tighten their belt, forced to give up this, services cut, tax to the hilt, more taxes to come, more cuts to come, cuts that will kill. And yet, these people are not, they just don't live in the real world, do they? And they don't see the optics of this. It's appalling. And what's anyone doing about it? Nothing. It's time for this whole joke to stop. I actually think, in reality, that they need to be billed. In fact, they should. They should all be billed
They should be billed for every penny that's been spent out of public money, because none of it is legal, none of it is right. And if they can't pay, take their houses away. Make sure they pay. And for the kids' school education. They want free education, that's fine. But they're going to have to pay for it eventually. Unbelievable. Anyway, let me know what you think. Take care. Speak soon. Goodbye.